Don't know any new anime to watch? Don't worry, this video's got you covered. If you've ever sat staring at your screen, scrolling endlessly through anime platforms, rewatching the same shows because nothing new feels worth starting, you're not alone. Anime has exploded in recent years, and while that means we get more content than ever, it also means it's harder to separate the truly great series from the forgettable ones. That's why today, we're going deep into some of the best new and recent anime you should absolutely add to your watch list. Action, fantasy, emotional stories, psychological thrillers, and hidden gems. Everything is here. So sit back, relax, and let's find your next obsession. Let's start with one of the most talked about anime in recent years, Solo Leveling. This story takes place in a world where mysterious gates appear, releasing monsters that threaten humanity. Certain people awaken as hunters, gaining powers to fight these creatures. Soon Jinwoo starts as the weakest hunter of them all, barely surviving low-level dungeons just to pay medical bills for his family. Everything changes when he survives a deadly dungeon and gains access to a mysterious system that allows him to level up endlessly. What makes Solo Leveling special isn't just the action, it's the transformation. You watch Jin will go from fragile and afraid to calm, dominant and terrifyingly powerful. Every fight feels earned, every upgrade feels satisfying, and the darker tone makes it feel more mature than your average power fantasy. Next up is Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This anime does something most fantasy stories never dare to do. It starts after the hero has already defeated the Demon King. Frieren, an elf mage who barely ages, watches her human companions grow old and die while she remains unchanged. The story follows her journey as she tries to understand emotions, memories, and the value of time. There are no constant battles or loud power-ups here. Instead, the anime focuses on quiet moments, reflection, grief, and growth. It's peaceful, beautiful, and emotionally devastating in the most subtle way possible. If you want an anime that makes you think about life itself, Frieren is unforgettable. Now, let's talk about Kaiju no 8. In a world plagued by massive monsters called Kaiju, humanity relies on elite defense forces to survive. Kafka Hibino has always dreamed of joining them, but years of failure leave him stuck cleaning up monster remains instead. One day, everything changes when he gains the ability to transform into a Kaiju himself. The anime blends explosive action with humor and mature themes, asking what it really means to be a hero when you become the very thing people fear. The pacing is tight, the fights are brutal, and the characters are easy to root for. Another must-watch is Heavenly Delusion. This anime tells two stories at once. One follows two teenagers traveling through a ruined, post-apocalyptic world filled with strange creatures and abandoned cities. The other follows children living inside a mysterious, seemingly perfect facility. Slowly, the two narratives begin to connect in unsettling ways. Heavenly Delusion thrives on atmosphere and mystery. It doesn't explain everything right away, and that's what makes it so compelling. Each episode leaves you with questions, emotions, and a sense of unease that lingers long after the credits roll. If you want something energetic and different, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead is a perfect pick. Akira is an overworked salaryman whose soul has already been crushed by corporate life. When a zombie apocalypse breaks out, instead of being afraid, he feels free for the first time in years. He creates a bucket list of things he wants to do before he dies and sets out to live fully in the middle of chaos. The anime is colorful, comedic, and surprisingly heartfelt. Beneath the humor, it critiques work culture, burnout, and the importance of living for yourself. Now let's move to the Apothecary Diaries. Set in an imperial palace, this anime follows Mao Mao, a clever and sharp-tongued girl with deep knowledge of medicine and poison. She solves mysteries involving illness, conspiracies, and political intrigue, all while navigating dangerous palace dynamics. There's no flashy combat here. The tension comes from intelligence and observation. It's slow, elegant, and incredibly addictive, especially if you enjoy mystery and historical settings. Another standout is Undead Unluck. This anime revolves around Fuuko, a girl whose ability brings death and disaster to anyone she touches, and Andy, a man cursed with immortality who desperately wants to die. Together, they are pulled into a bizarre organization that enforces supernatural rules governing the universe. The anime balances comedy, tragedy, romance, and intense action in a way that feels chaotic but intentional. It's unpredictable, emotional, and far deeper than it first appears. Let's talk about Oshi no Ko. At first glance, it looks like an idol anime. But very quickly, it reveals itself as a dark exploration of fame, obsession, and revenge. The story exposes the entertainment industry's ugly side, showing how ambition and public image can destroy lives. It's shocking, emotional, and brutally honest. This is not a feel-good series. It's one that leaves you thinking long after each episode. Another great watch is Chainsaw Man. Denji is a poor, desperate boy burdened by debt and forced to hunt devils to survive. After a brutal betrayal, he merges with his pet devil and becomes Chainsaw Man. The anime is violent, chaotic, and darkly comedic, but beneath the madness is a story about loneliness, desire, and searching for meaning in a cruel world. Chainsaw Man feels raw and unfiltered, and that's exactly why it stands out. If you want psychological tension, check out Summertime Rendering. What begins as a simple return to a hometown funeral quickly spirals into a time loop mystery involving shadow creatures that replace humans. Each reset reveals new truths and raises the stakes higher. The anime is smart, intense, and incredibly well-paced. It rewards attention and keeps you guessing until the very end. Now let's move to Dark Gathering. This anime blends horror and supernatural mystery with unsettling imagery. It follows a cursed girl and her companions as they seek out dangerous spirits. Unlike most anime horror, Dark Gathering isn't afraid to be genuinely creepy. It builds tension slowly and doesn't rely on cheap scares. If you enjoy darker, eerie stories, this one is a hidden gem. Another solid pick is Hell's Paradise. Convicted criminals are sent to a mysterious island to search for an elixir of immortality. What they find instead is a nightmare filled with monstrous creatures and deadly secrets. The anime mixes brutal combat with philosophical questions about life, death, and redemption. Every character feels expendable, which makes every battle intense. Let's not forget Blue Lock. This anime flips the sports genre on its head. Instead of teamwork and friendship, Blue Lock focuses on ego, ambition, and ruthless competition. Young strikers are locked into a brutal training program designed to create the world's greatest forward. It's intense, dramatic, and addictive even if you're not a football fan. Another recent favorite is Vinland Saga Season 2. While the first season focused heavily on violence and revenge, the second season slows down to explore guilt, healing, and the meaning of true strength. It's mature, reflective, and incredibly powerful. This is storytelling at its finest. For fantasy fans, Mushoku Tensei is worth mentioning. It follows a reincarnated man given a second chance at life in a magical world. The anime focuses heavily on character growth, mistakes, and redemption. It's controversial at times, but undeniably well written and beautifully animated. If you like science fiction, try Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Set in a dystopian future, it tells a tragic story of ambition, survival, and loss. The animation is stylish, the soundtrack is unforgettable, and the emotional impact is heavy. This anime hits hard and doesn't hold back. And finally, let's talk about Pluto, a darker reimagining of Astro Boy. This anime explores artificial intelligence, war, and what it means to be human. It's slow, thoughtful, and emotionally rich, perfect for viewers who enjoy serious storytelling. And there you have it, a massive list of new and recent anime worth your time. Whether you want action, emotion, mystery, or something completely different, there's something here for everyone. If you enjoyed this video and found a new anime to watch, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future recommendations and deep dives. Let me know in the comments which anime you're restarting next, and I'll see you in the next one.